was not allowed on the set.
Right.
God.
But it was managed without him, you know. And how many of you have seen Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, the movie? All right, that's another one. You see Sandy Dennis, who was not an inexperienced actress, but she takes a thankless, horrifyingly thankless part and creates a little movie career out of that, as well as Siegel.
The original cast was Bette Davis and James Mason.
Oh.
All be said, I just flipped. I couldn't think of a more ideal cast for that movie. He said I had a hard time buying it because Martha's older.
Right. But it's also Elizabeth Taylor's greatest performance by far. And this leads me to Robert Duvall in To Kill a Mockingbird. Again, a career-defining performance. And if you haven't seen To Kill a Mockingbird, pretty entertaining little movie. But Robert Duvall does the, playing handicapped people in the theater and in the movies is an advantage. You know, Helen Keller, that's pretty much, it's an advantage, certainly not an advantage in life, but playing those characters, and he plays a wildly handicapped, weird guy in To Kill a Mockingbird, and does it with such frightening warmth. I mean, you love this character and are scared to death also of him. And again, it's a young actor committed. He's totally there, and you go, bet that guy will make another movie or two. And I was just preparing for today to go back and read. I had to scroll 4 times to get through his IMDb, just to read all the stuff that Robert Duvall has managed to squeeze out of not being so good looking. And he also, this is interesting for all you guys, he wasn't really a character guy. He's not like funny looking or heavy or too tall. He's like a normal looking guy, but he's not good looking either. He's like so normal, so like slightly subnormal, in terms of the looks department, and yet he manages to, Boo Radley, that was Robert Duvall, all right.
You know what's worth going back to too is John Garfield. Oh, looking at God. God, that's a loss in me. So
Russ, have you seen all the John Garfield movies?
Not all of them.
Well, you make sure you do.
The Postman Always Rings Twice. So superior to the remake of it.
Oh, so superior. And The Postman Always Rings Twice, 2 great performances. One from Lana Turner, probably her only great performance. And the other from John Garfield. Also Edward G. Robinson, right? Or who plays the husband?
Cecil Kellaway.
Very good. It's such a good movie, and I just pointed it out to Russ only because for some of you, for all of you, there are those folks, and hopefully you run across 1 or 2 tonight, there are those folks who are particularly important for you to know about, just because you sort of own some of what they owned, and what they did, how they misused or used what they had is really, something that, and you know who those people are. I mean, sometimes they really don't look like you. It happens that Russ is a similar type to Garfield, but it doesn't have to be that. Sometimes it's just another feeling from an actor that you get, and it isn't so much a resemblance or a type thing as it is some kind of soul connection that you really can learn from their work. Another is Peter Finch and Network.
That's really, I just went back to that because of Lynette's book. Oh, that's a good movie. Faye Dunaway is marvelous. And what's the woman she died? She played William Holden's wife.
Beatrice Straight.
Beatrice Straight. Oh God, that scene between the two.
Oh, yeah.
She only has 1 scene, and she the scene is wonderful.
It's my first job on a movie. I was a production assistant on that movie, and in New York, and Lumet and those people, and it was and some of you know that Peter Finch gives this performance that is among many incredible performances. William Holden and Faye Dunaway, just incredible all the way through. But Peter Finch gives the startling, amazing performance, and of course is nominated for an Academy Award and passes away. It's his last movie, his last recorded performance, and he passes away before he can actually get the statuette, which he did win. And it's something really, because again, it's commitment. He knew he was dying.
And Lament didn't
Lament didn't
have
know.
no idea it was heart
No.
condition.
No. And he knew, he just knew, he didn't have long, and it was probably his last performance, he didn't know for sure, and yet, you know, despite a doctor and a wife and people going, you know, you can't, and I'm not suggesting don't pay attention to what your doctors suggest, but he just looked at that and he said, I can't not do this. I have to play, but this, again, this is so interesting, because